Today we're taking a first look at Mulan on the PTS. Right now we're gonna start in solo, we're gonna start in the wave, and I wanna see, just right off the bat, if you can hit the full wave with this ability. Which you can apparently, which is crazy. So that's gonna be a huge thing for solo already. So, with Mulan, we have a lot of things to talk about, that's why I wanted to start on level 1 here, just to have a bit of time to look at everything. So the first thing that we have to talk about is this, which is the ability leveling with the hit of an enemy. So every time you hit an enemy with an ability, your abilities will level up gradually. And that means they will get additional effects, they will get additional damage over time, which can all then have an impact on, well, how much he does in a game, really. What you can also see here is that my third hit is an AoE cleave every time, which is fantastic. Oh my god, this clear is fantastic too. Wow. Okay, she has a really good clear. I talked about her ability damage already. She has relatively high ability damage, but her clear overall between having the cleave basic attacks and if you stand like this, you hit the full cone very easily. 2 abilities is enough to clear. But on the other hand, the downside here obviously is the mana usage, which you can see already. Very, very mana hungry while using this. What you can also see is my 2 leveled up a little bit just from using it here, because it levels up for minions as well. Okay, you can actually move while using the 2-2. I wasn't entirely sure about that. That is the case. Okay, I wanted to see if I could interrupt Bellona there. I should try that again. Let's see if I can just pull her here. Yes! And then we just hit her again. Wow, that is fantastic. But at the same time, I gotta say, like, as much as I do a lot of damage, my abilities at this point don't really do that much yet. So that's something to get used to, that over time you do more things. The self-root on the 2 is pretty heavy as well, it's pretty noticeable. And yeah, she feels good, she feels very smooth, especially considering that I'm playing on an A-ping here, right here. Okay, that was weird. I gotta say that her kit feels absolutely fluid, which is fantastic, which is something that I'm always a bit worried about with these cards when they come out. In terms of leveling order, I am just gonna level the 1 here first. So the 1 is this double swing after each other, and once it's leveled up more, it will have a 3rd swing as well. It will deal more damage because you'll get an additional attack. Wow, even with just the basic attack cleaves, you actually clear this relatively quickly. I don't even need abilities, that's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the range of the 1 again, just slowly here. So the right swing and the left swing only hit for half the damage. Maybe I can show you. So you can see that I hit half of the wave with all of the damage and the other half with only half of it. So you want to center the cone in the middle there so that you get the full damage. So if you hit someone with this area, it's always going to be the full damage. Okay, that was the range of the pole. That's not as long as I thought. The 2, on the other hand, is your... I'm gonna level it a little bit as well. Just level it up quicker as well to the damage. It's your self-healing ability. It gives you a little bit of self-heal. It also gets a 2nd instance when you level it up. So there is a bit of both. I'm considering if I should throw my ultimate as Bellona here. Oh yeah. Let's go. Wow. Okay. Like it. That feels good. That does not feel as good on ping, but that ability feels very good as well. So first feeling here is that she definitely is towards the stronger side for a new release here. You know what? You know what? We're taking this wave. I also see with the 2... Okay, yeah, now you can see now I leveled up a little bit. Now I'm getting a heal from it. So it may be worth leveling it for that almost, but I think the early clear of the 1 is just too insane to not level it. So, oh, let's level that up a little bit more. So yeah, I don't think I would make that. I'd make that sacrifice. And the 3rd ability, as you saw, I used it a little bit already. Pulls the enemy towards you. I'm just gonna stay. Self-rooting you in the process.
An ally has been slain.
And it can later on, once leveled up, also pull you towards walls. So right now I can't use it to pull myself towards the wall yet, but eventually I will be able to. And now I can just use it to pull Bellona towards the tower here. which is also not bad. Oh, okay, the range of the second ability, the first hit, is very short. You really need to get used to that. I did not expect it to be that short. Get the ultimate off here. Okay, the ultimate damage does not feel as overwhelming as the numbers initially indicated. But, well, that's quite often the case, I guess, so that's fair enough. I'm just gonna rotate over here and just get a blue buff as well. Okay, thanks. And then once you get more items online, you will also be able to level your abilities quicker, because again, they level with the damage that you deal to enemies. And what that means is that I think a bit of early damage goes a long way. So I'm gonna start with Warrior's Blessing here. And now, what I'm gonna do is going into Breastplate anyways. You don't have to do that. I just think it's nice to have, for the extra CDR, to use your abilities more often. And I think it's generally going to be a very nice item in Mulan. I am not so sure if she's, for example, going to make good use of an item like, let's say, Mystical Mail, because it's not focused on the ability damage. And she gets so much out of having more damage on her abilities that I would, like, not want to lose that. Oh, we can see that my 3 is almost leveled up here, so that's what we're gonna want to get to. I'm trying to see if you can attack chain well with her too. Oh, can I get her? No. Or like with her abilities in general, but that's a bit of a ping issue. I'd say it's a bit harder than it should be right now. Makes it a bit harder to assess that. But overall, so far, I gotta say, it's really, really nice, really smooth. Nice damage output. And like, she's kind of... I compared her damage to Arthur, but I think she does more than Arthur in the sense that she does not have to stand still to do anything. You can just, you know, walk by, throw some damage in there. Okay, I'm gonna try the... Somebody was asking for this swing thing. Can I do that? Okay, no. So you could technically turn somehow and hit an enemy with both parts of the one as well, if you turn your camera really quickly. Hit a wave, the full wave, so... The first swing is from the right, so you'd have to go like this, and then like this. Okay, it works, but I don't see the point over just positioning your cone in a way where you hit the full wave. Seems a lot easier to me. Oop. So that's 3 is the only part where you really get self-rooted hard, and it's very noticeable. You can see, by the way, now my 1 is leveled up, because it has that... Ah, the third swing, actually. That's the part that happens when it's on this level, apparently. It doesn't actually tell you which level you're on, though, I think. So yeah, what you'll see now, there's this third gray out cone, and that happens after the first 2. So that's the entire damage now. And the higher you get, the more impactful these abilities all become. The 1 in this case is just mostly more damage. Like that. Her sustain, self-sustain, it's not overly high, but that is intended. That is meant to be the case. I think I'm gonna level the ult because it's such a huge teamfight ult in terms of damage. I don't see any reason not to. Okay, the 1 also basically instant clears once it's maxed. So again, I think the 1 is gonna be the one level first. Because the sustain from the 2, I don't think can offset that amount of immense clear and objective secure too. It's just too much damage to give up on, I guess. But at the same time, the 2, once it levels up, also gets a second hit, and it gets an insane amount of damage after that. I just don't think... Okay, I tried to use my 3 hit to interrupt her in her animation. That was not the case. You see my cooldowns are relatively long right now. What you also see is that I actually... Oh god, yeah, that's not good. Let me leave. I'll let her leave. Let's see. Did I get her? Did I get my hook off? No, I can actually just chase her down and do this. Hey, there we go. Because the third one has a longer range. Can't complain. So the 3, it might be possible to interrupt enemy attacks with that as well. I really can't tell on its ping. I'd have to be on lower ping to get an effective feel for that. But it still feels good.
A branch snapped from the tree of life.
Okay, oh, kind of like this. It's kind of hard to tell what I hit. Oh, I can hit the minions with this? No, not at all. Just gods. No damage to minions at all. Fair enough. Makes sense to me. I'd probably just go something like, well, Runic, Void Shield, something with a little bit... Runic might be nice if we get the damage. Masamune is recommended for it. I actually can see that. I'm not sure if Glad Shield...
Keep killing all you want.
Like, initially I thought it might actually not be necessary because she has that self-heal. Looking into it more, playing her a little bit more here, feeling out her damage and everything, I would say that Glad Shield is still... Well, there's a good reason to have it. Oh. Ah. Okay. Actually, my pull is leveled up already. See that? My pull is already yellow, which means I can show you the wall pull. Let's see if we can use that in a cool, sneaky way. For Ganesh here. Instead of pulling him, we're just gonna pull the wall. Oh. Now we're not pulling anything. Okay, I'm gonna try... Maybe I can just wall pull over and block Medusa here. Oh, yeah, okay, that works. Should still kill them though. Alright, PTS. And then we're just gonna ult her. Oh! See immune. Quick CC immune. Okay. So that is her combo in an actual fight. I gotta say, it feels strong, but it doesn't feel... Like, I didn't feel completely overwhelmingly strong in this particular situation. Which I think is good. Which is what I would like. We'll see if that holds true in the long run. Oh, right. It gives you... I clearly just did that to show you. It gives you various different notifications for the vision shot now. It's like, hello, your vision shot is up. Please definitely use it. Alright, we got an under tower here and the brute under tower. This should be able to kill her, yeah. The damage of the one is so much. Even against the tank with the tankier build, it's a ton. Alright. You could obviously... Oh, we have the double hit now. And so that's why it's suddenly a lot more clear. We could obviously max out the 2 here before the ultimate as well. But I just really like that high base damage on all these parts. It's like 40 extra damage, 40 extra damage, 50 extra damage that we're looking at. And I think that's just... It's just nice. It's just nice to have. Did you see your buff drop there? Already dropped before.
A plant is only as strong as its weakest branch. It seems ours was...
I'm gonna show you guys the voice pack a little bit as well, the announcer pack, and then I think we're out of here. I think we've seen most of our kit.
You have lost an ally, but give me a moment.
Oh, I actually did. The classic high-risk mistake. Today I made it. Didn't actually get the voice pack. I can still do the laugh and taunt stuff.
As unmoving and unwavering as the strongest oak.
Creatures and squirrels can be gods, but you doubt me.
Okay, she's actually making a reference to being a god.
Keep killing all you want, but do not step.
God.
Keep killing all you
Announce a
want,
lady.
but do
Bit loud
not
here.
step. Double kill.
Oh.
Before your might, they fall.
Okay.
As a deity, we must be loved by the people. So remind me, how did you creatures
A plant is only as strong as its weakest. A foe has withered to dust.
Even as the mortal,
Oh, I'm sad.
come on. I know you can do better than that.
She was supposed to not taunt. Then we're supposed to like she's too. She's. Oh, she just said, "Watch your feet." She's too nice to taunt, basically, but apparently she's not that nice after all.
Death is in the air and soil. Such a divine
Oh, what?
feeling.
She just said that as a death line for him? Is that what you want?
There is no need to taunt those that have no hope to win.
Oh, she actually says there's no need to taunt though. That's nice. At least it's got one of those lines.
The battle has only started. Why do you already look so defeated?
Well, there's no need to taunt those, and then she taunts anyways. Okay, well, I guess. Okay, so far, my quick summary. Oh, that damage is so nice as well. The 2. Once it reaches this rank, it becomes such a strong ability. My feel with Mulan so far is that she is strong. She is very fluid. she takes a decent amount of feel for her to get the full potential out. Oh man, that was unfortunate. Whoa, okay, and weird. A decent amount of practice to get a decent feel for her 3. Like I said, very similar to Naja, and that's what it feels like in game as well. The true, I think, is relatively, it's not too hard to hit. Because you can just move around while doing it. I thought he was standing still, so I think that's relatively easy to confirm. So I think most of her kit is very easy to confirm. And then, yeah, the ultimate, the verdict's still out on that one. I think it feels good so far. I think it might be a little bit too strong in terms of overall damage, but... But at the same time, it doesn't feel completely out of what we have seen before. It's just that with other gods, it's a lot harder to actually confirm in a full ultimate. Like Guan Yu and Amaterasu have these like... Oh, that's rough, okay. Strong counter to Mulan, disrupt her 1, she loses a ton of damage. Yeah, her ultimate is just relatively hard to disrupt or avoid compared to many other strong ultimates. But yeah, I'm very happy with her. That's that so far. I'm gonna quickly look at the defeat screen here as well, just to see what that's like. But I do think she is a great character in terms of gameplay, and balance is something that can always be adjusted for anyways. I just want to see what she looks like when you lose. We know that the win and defeat screens are a little bit different now. They're not as extreme anymore, I guess. Not as overly animated, but let's see. Oh yeah. Very subtle. Definitely not the big show that we used to have. But yeah, that's the first look. I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoy Mulan so far. And of course, you can expect more Mulan content in the future. And with that, thank you guys very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the sub button and the bell if you want to see more Mulan content. And other than that, see you for the next one tomorrow. Duke Sloth, out.